A user of a picture collection website shared a freaky find at his grandparents' house, more specifically in their shed, which hadn't been opened for over 10 years. He made the discovery during efforts to tidy up the entire area and remove junk. The house was built by the man's grandfather, but he says no one was ever made aware of this trapdoor. He took some pictures of the view from inside the hatch, and in one angle looking straight down, there appears to be an old sofa sitting in the room. He also managed to spot a passageway from the hatch, which connects to the barn next to the shed through another hidden entrance behind unused shelving. He said he was going to try to go into the creepy room, but backed out when he thought he heard a whispering noise coming from inside. A man who had recently bought his first home made a rather unusual discovery in the basement. He had bought the house for a steal, as the previous owner had passed away, though it came with a lot of work to be done. In the process of cleaning out some of the junk that was never removed by the previous owner, the new owner found something that he found odd. A piece of plywood covering a part of the wall. After prying at the wood, he managed to break it off the wall. What he found shocked him. A small room with many gun cases, military ammo crates, and a big gray metal container. All of the ammo crates were filled with bullets. The man said there had to be hundreds of bullets stowed away in that room. The most notable find, however, was a large safe, and it's unknown whether he was ever able to get it open, as there have been no update articles. An Imager user was walking around his house when he noticed a window for a room that he didn't know existed. He had a look through the window and saw this. He went inside to the only wall that was facing that room. Upon closer inspection, he found that this piece of the wall panel had been cut. What they found inside seemed like a lot of junk. The most noteworthy things found was some kind of gargoyle statue, a box full of Star Wars cards, and a locked safe of which the uploader never updated on. Another Imager user by the name of 2byte Brownie posted a few pictures of a secret room in his house a few years ago. While horsing around with his brother in their parents' room, the younger brother was pushed into what was assumed to be a built-in bookshelf. It opened, revealing a hidden room and evidence of a potential inhabitant. Moving on, as if this hidden room reached by a black spiral staircase wasn't creepy enough, there was supposed evidence that someone was down there, but the siblings found a crawl space halfway down and saw this. 2byte Brownie wrote, "Someone was living in our walls. That's my Halloween candy that someone came in my room, took from my bag, and then brought back in here." About 30 seconds after taking this picture, we realized what it meant and got out of there. The fresh-looking banana peel suggests that someone had recently been down there, or perhaps it was a setup. 2byte Brownie wrote in response to this that he had been eating it when they walked down to the room. Seeing the blanket in the dimly lit space, he tossed the banana at it. So was this a hoax, or was somebody secretly living in this home? Tony Smith had just bought his first house. Whenever entering the basement, he would hear strange noises coming from inside the walls. Strange noises like screaming, laughing, or moans of pain. The sounds came from beyond the part of the wall where no rooms were. "I assumed it was some kind of animal," Tony stated. One late night, Tony awoke to metallic banging sounds coming from his yard. He took a peek out his window and saw some kind of metallic door open from the grass as a shadowy figure emerged and ran down his driveway out of sight. He got a closer look at it in the daylight. It was some kind of hatch door disguised to blend in with the grass. Tony never went down there. He just sealed the thing shut before whoever was in there could come back. A group of shocked Ohio students discovered that the ghost haunting their house was actually a random stranger living in a secret room in their basement. The students had been spooked by strange noises in the night and mysterious happenings like coming home to find the cupboard and oven doors open. Upon entering the room, they found that a man named Jeremy had been living there for weeks. He was evicted and the students had the locks changed. In 2005, Jason and Carrie had just bought a house and were about to begin renovations when they found a secret corridor hidden behind a bookcase. Instead of holding torture equipment or treasures like they said they expected, the first thing they found was a note from the previous owner, saying simply, "You found it." The rest of the note said, "I've owned this place for a short while, and it was discovered to have a serious mold problem, one that actually made my children very sick to the point that we had to move out. The house was contaminated with black mold. When the previous owner lived there, one of the children he mentioned in the note had gotten so sick that she was unable to hold any nutrition and sometimes couldn't breathe. Jason and Carrie Brown proceeded to cancel their move-in plans, and they sued the broker who sold them the house." A Reddit user found a hidden room in the attic of their house in Norway. Some of what they found inside included a sign which roughly translates from Norwegian as, "If you have a bad stomach, then you don't have access." There was also a lamp alarm to most likely warn when someone entered the attic, a map of West Europe, and a doll's shoe. This secret room was likely a hiding place for a Jewish family from the Nazis, and the lamp alarm was likely a silent way of warning of a Nazi's presence in the attic. Reddit user Lumberjack years ago found a secret crawl space with a safe containing some treasures, along with some disturbing findings. Some of the treasures include a pile of envelopes with paper money of various countries and origins, along with a jewelry box with watches, tie clips, a key, rings, and a lot of gold and silver. The discovery that's downright disturbing features the tapes contained in the safe, one with the words "No, no, no" scribbled all over it. Along with the tapes was a note that read, "Save yourself." He turned the tapes into the police, and their contents are still a mystery. A student living in New Mexico was living in a single-floor house bought by his father for him. He reported hearing a strange banging coming from below the floor during one night on his first week. A few nights later, he found a door in the floor in his pantry closet. It led to a mysterious-looking room with a light on, along with a fan blowing. There seemed to be a desk with a few gadgets and a few cabinets. The design of the room was completely off from the rest of the house. However, the creepiest thing was the cigarette found on the desk that had seemingly just recently been put out. There weren't really any clues as to who was down there or what was going on.